If you look up the meaning of timeless feel-good music, I'm certain that song will pop up high by Lighthouse Family, standing the test of time, true to good music. Welcome back. It's the Morning Crossfire 92.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Sam Oråcle Chinedu, and well, we have important conversations here. In this hour, we're looking at PDP leaders storming the National Assembly in protest. They are demanding the immediate reversal of President Muhammadu Buhari's nomination of Lauretta Onochie as INEC National Commissioner, led by its national chairman, Uche Secondus. The PDP described the appointment as a travesty in democracy. Secondus said Onochie, being a card-carrying member of the APC, cannot be appointed into a position that requires a high level of neutrality.
We are here on this protest this day to make the final point of Lauretta Onochie that she must be totally rejected by the Senate and National Assembly.
Senate Minority Leader Senator Ainaya Habaribe was among those who joined in the protest.
I want to reassure our chairman and our members here. I have come here with all my colleagues. This letter will be presented immediately, right now, to the Senate President. A copy will also be given to Senator Gaya, the chairman of INEC, and I can reassure you that justice will be done.
All right, you've heard the position of the PDP leaders. Now let's get to what the focus is, the reactions of Nigerians, some of course, as to whether or not this is in line with how things should work. But is Lauretta an APC member? That's the first question that will come to mind. Well, court documents have revealed that a presidential aide, Lauretta, declared under oath that she is a member of the APC. I believe she was a personal assistant to the president. In papers she filed in a libel suit before a high court in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Onochie confirmed that she was actively involved in politics. She also said she was a volunteer at the Buhari Support Organization, a political think tank that helped in coordinating Buhari's election campaign in 2015 and 19. She accused the defendant of defaming her when he referred to her as a trafficker. Now, these were her words. I am also engaged in active politics, a member of the Neighborhood Watch, and also contested the local government elections under the Conservative Party in United Kingdom. While declaring the words used in the said Facebook post she produced in the suit, I am also a member of the All Progressives Congress and a volunteer at the Buhari Support Group. Now, coming up shortly, we'll be talking about what the Constitution says about the appointment of national commissioners. But my guest, Dr. Gift Worlu, a public affairs analyst, joins me to discuss this. Good morning, Dr. Worlu.
Good morning, Sam, and good morning, Rivers people.
Thank you very much for making the time.
Thank you for inviting me.
Always a pleasure. What is your take on Onochie's nomination by the president to be the next INEC commissioner?
It's a no-no. No-no in the sense that first, we need to state very clearly that a few months ago, you and I discussed the report by some agency in Singapore that rated Nigeria as the third worst governed country on earth. And we saw the reaction of government to it, saying that they reject that claim. And when you see things like this happen, which, as far as I'm concerned, because they have already set the ball, and because of the kind of system that we run, I won't be surprised if eventually this nomination goes through and she's appointed. But the facts and the point must be made that government is acting wrongly in this instance. There is nothing that puts the government in a position where it must appoint Lauretta Onochie against the Constitution and against the people. Government has a responsibility to provide direction to the rest of us through its actions, through the decisions that they make. Sam, I can tell you that the problem that we face in Nigeria today is largely a problem of how decisions are made, the quality of the decisions that are made, which manifests in how the people accept those decisions and how the people want to work with the government, even when the decisions sometimes are right, how the people are committed to working with government to see to the realization of the aims of those decisions. And when we continue to do things like this, we create more and more distrust between the people and those that lead them. And that is why, the conclusion can be reached that Nigeria is not well governed. We claim to be practicing democracy, but we are deaf to our people. Democracy is about the people, what the people want, and how they want it. And if the government must go against the people, then it must be doing something that is likely to, in the end, prove the people wrong. But if Lauretta Onochie herself has said that she's a member of the APC, and we all know it because during the campaigns we saw her campaigning for the APC. And she's an appointee of the APC currently. And her activities on social media and all of that point to the fact that she's a member of the APC and she's supportive of the APC. And given that the INEC into which she's to be appointed, after all, when she was appointed special advisor to the president on social media, nobody raised an eyebrow because it's within her rights. It's not, it can call it compensation for work well done or whatever. It's as her right. She's a member of the party, she's a Nigerian, and she has the, if you like, maybe the intellectual and otherwise, qualifications. And she was appointed, nobody raised an eyebrow. Now they want to appoint her into an organization that is very central to our democracy. One that is supposed to be neutral. One that is supposed to be impartial. And because she's already taking sides, you don't expect that people should allow her to be so nominated. And we will expect that other political parties should join the PDP in protesting this decision of government. We also expect that even the INEC can come out and say, well, for the sake of protecting the integrity and the objectivity and all the other good things about the INEC, that government should rescind this decision.
Yeah, but that's going to be difficult. The INEC part, it's going to be really hard.
No, it can even be done. It may not be done formally or openly. Some phone call from the INEC chairman to the president that, look, this thing you are doing is likely to impinge on our reputation and image, which is not even too good now. So can you change your mind, get another person, appointed into this office so that the sanctity of that body, can be left the way it is or improved on. Yeah. So it's, for me, it's a decision. It's a very wrong decision that the government needs to change immediately.
Okay. Now let's look at the perceived independence of INEC. The president appoints the INEC commissioner.
Yes.
It's been like that for as long as we can remember. Can we really say INEC is independent if its head is always appointed by the president, who belongs to one party? Can belong to both or more than one?
Yes. The law says the president will appoint.
Yeah.
But there are conditions leading to that appointment. And there are certain conditions that must be met before even the appointment is made. For example, the Constitution says clearly that before such nomination, that the president needs to consult the Council of States. That according to some reports, has not been done. And then the Constitution also talks about, the law establishing INEC also talks about the neutrality of the individual. Yes. In this case, even from the words of Onochie herself, she's not neutral. She's a member of the, So if those conditions are met, the president can go ahead and appoint somebody. And to that extent, we can now argue that the INEC is independent. But if those conditions are subverted, if the president goes ahead to do whatever he likes, or whatever pleases him, or whatever will please his party, or whatever will put his party in some kind of advantage over other political parties that will give the party the opportunity to perpetuate itself in power, then that is obviously wrong, and it's against the people of Nigeria, it's against the Constitution.
Now, technically speaking, Dr. Worlu, it's going to be difficult, not impossible, to find a neutral person, because we all have sentiments, we all have affiliations, we all have things that we believe in. The difference is not all of us declare those things. So, for Onochie, she's been employed by this government, a strategic position that, demands loyalty. Special assistant on social media. She said many times on social media how she supports and loves the president. So it is very clear where her loyalty lies. For the next man whose loyalty you do not know, do you call that man neutral because you don't know?
Yeah, to the extent that we don't know, we say it's neutral, and then the actions of the person, while on the job, will also explain to us for that. Because if we want to go by your argument, it means that football matches will never be officiated, because every referee has a club that he or she is
prefers.
Yeah, prefers. But then you don't come out openly, to declare that, and that is what qualifies you to be a referee. And then when you're also on the pitch, we see what you do, and then we can now judge the extent to which you are following. Because for me, it's about the rules. Yeah, it's about the law, and again, it's about context. There are places where you can argue that Lauretta should be allowed to become, because institutions there will not even allow her to do the bidding of her paymaster. The institutions are strong, but in our system, where there's so much suspicion, where we know that the institutions are not strong enough, where we know that people can do and undo, as it were, you don't allow this kind of thing to scale through, because if it does, you have set a very dangerous precedent. And one of the problems we have in Nigeria is that there's this Nigerian musician who did a song where he said something like, "If you do me, I do you. God no go vex," something like that. I can't remember his name now.
That's P Square.
Yeah. So we do these things. Maybe yesterday, a PDP was in power and they did similar things, and then now some other people are in power and they are saying, "Okay, after all, you did it before, so we too can do our own." And then in the future, maybe it will be PDP again, who will now rely on what is happening, what is about to happen now, to do their own. And then the question becomes, who will bail the cat? At what point are we going to say enough is enough? At what point are we going to do things on merit instead of based on sentiment and personal interest? That's the issue. And government is supposed to rise above sentiment and personal interest. There's something called enlightened self-interest. Whereas you are free to pursue your personal interest, but you must do it in an enlightened manner, in a manner that follows the law, in a manner that is satisfying to at least majority of the people.
All right, it's Morning Crossfire 92.3 Nigeria. Info: PDP leaders stormed the National Assembly in protest, demanding the immediate reversal of President Buhari's nomination of Lauretta Onochie as INEC Commissioner. Well, tell us what you make of this. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. And of course 0817-923-0009. WhatsApp and Telegram 080-903-06416. Please turn off your radio as you call. Good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, we've lost that call. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Sam.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is David Webb.
Go ahead.
And I'm calling you from Nigeria.
All right.
Now, I want to agree with your guest in some aspects. But my position, or my opinion in this issue is that this same thing we are hammering also happens within the state. If we go back now and take a critical look at the members of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, the RISTEC, you will discover that the members that constitute that very commission are also carrying members of the party that is in power. So if we want to correct that, that is not to say that if Onochie is a carrying member of the APC, I will not support her nomination, or I will not support the idea that she becomes a member of INEC. Coming from my position as a member of the Civil Liberties Organization. So, I will not support that. And as much as I will not support that, we should also try as much as we can to see that this thing cascade down to the state. Because in the state, it is even worse. Let me give you a very good example.
All right.
The last local government election that was conducted in Bayelsa State by the former governor, Senator Henry Sodaki Dixon, the members of the Bayelsa State Independent Electoral Commission were members of PDP. To the extent that the first chairman of that commission, which they brought, Dr. Perekene Bekela, today as I speak to you, is the chairman of the Sadama local government, Ekremon local government area. That was the first chairman. And I raised a red and I argued with the government. I stuck out my neck to say, no, this man must not be. He is a member of the party. The governor removed him, brought in another member of the PDP again. We shouted. Finally, he now brought another member of the PDP again, who was a former chairman, a former local government chairman of Southern Niger, in the person of, when I remember his name, I'll give it to you, to conduct that election. And at the end of the day, what happened? PDP won the whole election because the governor had already made it clear that he wanted both the councillors and the chairman as delegates in their own primary. So if we have this problem at the national level, what about the state? Do we turn a blind eye from it? So we must also correct the governors and hold them to ransom that they must not duplicate it because this is happening.
All right, thank you very much.
Finally, I'm not of the opinion that she, if she's the carrying member of the party, to be a member of the INEC commission. No. Although it has been the practice. The Batinjo did it, the Lord Jonathan Kane did it, and that is it. Have a nice day. God bless us.
All right. Timmy from Rumokoro is on the phone. Good morning, Timmy.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I also join in the protest from the PDP caucus in the National Assembly because there is a part of the Constitution which states that if any lawmaker defects from one party to another, he is supposed to be, he's vacated seat, and a fresh election should be held. Caucus then did not do anything. Now that practice has become a norm, even against the Constitution. Now, if Lauretta Onochie is allowed or is given that position as a It's given the position as INEC commissioner, other political parties which will come after the APC would also replicate what the APC is doing now. So the sooner they stop it, the better for the country.
All right.
So she's not supposed to be nominated at all.
All right, thank you very much, Timmy, for that. We'll take a break after that, because Dr. Worlu responds to some of the reactions and answers more questions. Don't go anywhere.
The European club football season is over, but football never sleeps. Enter the UEFA European Football Championship. The pandemic could only delay, but never deny the fans the excitement they crave as the Euros take center stage. It's Euro 2020 in 2021, with scenes all over the European continent, traversing state lines and capitals, from Rome to Baku, St. Petersburg, Amsterdam, Bucharest, Glasgow, Copenhagen, Seville, Munich, and London. The coverage is global and the cast nationwide, covering every blade of grass on Nigeria's #1 radio station for sports and talk, Nigeria Info. Reach out for sponsorship and advertising. Euro 2020 with Femi and the gang on Nigeria Info. Live football, just the way you like it. The European club football season is over, but football never sleeps. Enter the UEFA European Football Championship. The pandemic could only delay, but never deny the fans the excitement they crave as the Euros take center stage. It's Euro 2020 in 2021, with scenes all over the European continent, traversing state lines and capitals, from Rome to Baku, St. Petersburg, Amsterdam, Bucharest, Glasgow, Copenhagen, Seville, Munich, and London. The coverage is global and the cast nationwide, covering every blade of grass on Nigeria's #1 radio station for sports and talk, Nigeria Info. Reach out for sponsorship and advertising. Euro 2020 with Femi and the gang on Nigeria Info. Live football, just the way you like it. The European club football season is over, but football never sleeps. Enter the UEFA European Football Championship. The pandemic could only delay, but never deny the fans the excitement they crave as the Euros take center stage. It's Euro 2020 in 2021, with scenes all over the European continent, traversing state lines and capitals, from Rome to Baku, St. Petersburg, Amsterdam, Bucharest, Glasgow, Copenhagen, Seville, Munich, and London. The coverage is global and the cast nationwide, covering every blade of grass.
We are here on this protest this day to make the final point of Lauretta Onochie that she must be totally rejected by the Senate and National Assembly.
I want to reassure our chairman and our members here. I have come here with all my colleagues. This letter will be presented immediately, right now, to the Senate President. A copy will also be given to Senator Gaya, the chairman of INEC, and I can reassure you that justice will be done.
This is the Morning Crossfire on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. It's the Morning Crossfire 92.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Sam Oråcle Chinedu. You just heard the voices of Uche Secondus, National Chairman of the PDP, and Senate Minority Leader Senator Ainaya Habaribe, protesting with other PDP leaders the nomination of Lauretta Onochie as INEC National Commissioner. My guest, Dr. Gift Worlu, is still here analyzing the situation. You're welcome once again, Dr. Worlu.
Thank you, son.
Now, some of the calls we took before the break were people who expressed concern that the PDP also did this. We've had presidents, of course, in the Fourth Republic from the PDP before now, and they are guilty of this same thing. They also said, well, the first caller, that it happens at state levels across the country, but of course here in the South-South region. So this is not a new thing.
I already made that point before when I made reference to the song by P Square. You do me, I do you. And that's the way we do things in this country, and it's wrong. But the fact that somebody did it before doesn't make it right now. Also, it should not be done no matter the level. Even if it is family meeting election or SUG election, student union government election, or election at any level, you don't give unfair advantage to any party or group. Because when you do that, you distort or you impugn on the reputation of the electoral body, and you make people not to trust the system and the outcome, and that's bad. And that's where sometimes you see that government in this part of the world lack legitimacy, because the people just feel that they are not the determinants of who is in power, and so there's no social contract between the people and their leaders.
As much as I agree with you, Dr. Worlu,
Yes.
I think the bigger question or the undertone of what they're saying is PDP should not be the one to speak, because you have benefited from this. It's like that, situation where the elders in the village, once the daughter of one man wants to marry, they bring something for all the elders to chop.
Yes.
And then the next one, and it's the turn of this elder. He now wants to fight that custom.
Yes.
So it's basically the PDP has benefited from this. We can hear this protest and this argument from any other party, but not the PDP.
That argument too is not correct. It's like saying that, the apartheid regime in South Africa, it was the white people that were oppressing the blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also took some white men for it to end. So if South Africans had said, no, don't put mouth in our matter, don't come and tell us that you want to stop apartheid, after all your father did it or your father started it, and we probably won't have the self-determination that they have there today. So it doesn't matter. What is important is that if we stop it today, it means that tomorrow, if the PDP wants to do the same thing, or any other party or anybody anywhere wants to do the same thing, people can rise up and say, no, because we have done this before, because it is not the right thing to do, you don't do it. And that is why I'm also calling on other political parties in Nigeria to stand up against this, because it's not targeted at the PDP alone. It's targeted at everybody, including you and me. Because if we create a system in which some party enjoys an unfair advantage and can perpetuate itself in power, and it means that party or the officials of the party can do whatever they like, and whether we like it or not, they will remain in power. But we want to have a democracy where those who will remain in power are those who have done well, and those who have not done well will have to go, so that other people can come in and try their own best. That's the only way progress can be made. Let us stop this thing now. Let all the civil society organizations stand up. Let all good men and women of Nigeria stand up against this. And I expect the government to listen to the people of Nigeria. This is a democracy. It is what the people want. It is the interest of the majority of the people. And I believe that the majority of Nigerians, even some well-meaning members of the APC, will not be comfortable with this development. So let government do away with it and allow the country that is already in turmoil, to be.
All right. Now we'd like to take your thoughts again. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. And of course 0817-923-0009. Please turn off your radio as you call us. Now we have a couple of comments on WhatsApp. Appointing Lauretta Onochie as INEC commissioner for any state in Nigeria is a taboo, because the act that established INEC forbids a member of any political party to hold such a position. Mr. President should practice what he preaches if he's sincere in his electoral reform. That's from Thank God Atuebu on WhatsApp. It is morally wrong to have nominated a loyalist and aide as an INEC commissioner, same way he tried to impose his relative as INEC chairman. Is he trying to rig the election by flooding INEC board with his cronies? Etoke from Ozwaba is asking. Mufasa is on the phone from D-Line. Good morning, Mufasa.
Yeah, hi, Sam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to the distinguished guests.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, Sam, I believe that when abomination stays too long in a community, it becomes a way of life. And I think that is where we are today as a people. in as much as I may not know how eminently qualified the lady is, okay, I strongly believe that the right thing should always be done. But then again, I also want to believe that the PDP, as a political party, as an opposition party in the country, they have actually deviated from playing the role of, objective, criticism when it comes to, opposing the government in power. Now, like you rightly said, this is the practice, even in PDP states. Somebody make reference to the just concluded local government election right here in Rivers State. A lot of people raise similar concerns about the composition of RISEC. Okay? And people do not see that as an issue. Why now? In as much as I believe that something bad has not been condemned, that we should encourage it. What I'm saying is PDP as a party does not have the locus to begin to agitate, for something like this. I think they should leave it for the people to decide, because if we are saying that she should not be, given a nod to be a member or to be a resident electoral commissioner of INEC, then let us do a holistic check, both in the secretary unit, not just at the center alone.
Yeah, but
that is my point. The PDP should relax. If they don't feel that this thing is going the right way, then they should go to court.
Mufasa, can you hear me?
I think we have constitution. The court should decide whether she should be there or not. That is my position, Sam. Thank you.
Thank you. I just have to move on. Kelly from Mercyland. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
The idea that trying to justify what is wrong with what is wrong, I don't think it's a good thing. If we can break out from this mentality, it will be good for us. It doesn't mean because PDP did what is wrong, they don't have the voice to speak. No. We don't like the idea. If we must change this country, this is the way we start from. What is wrong. Even if the devil is saying it's not good, it doesn't mean. As long as it's wrong, everybody knows it's wrong. So that's it. If we must break out from this kind of mentality, we need to change that.
All right. Thank you very much, Kelly. Victor from Transomada, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I think I agree with your guest in the studio. It is morally wrong for that to happen. And, there's anytime someone wakes up with your money. So it doesn't matter if it has been what has been happening. The issue is it right? Constitutionally, it is wrong. Not just that she's a card-carry member of the party, she's an aide to the president. It's something that we should even be ashamed of even doing. And for me, I think APC as a party that promised change should stand on that and do something different. So there's no justification at all for it. There are all qualified people that can handle that in INEC, because it will affect the credibility of whatever we're trying to do concerning the election.
All right, thank you very much, Victor. Now over to WhatsApp. Godspa Igwe says APC has officially written to disown Lauretta being its member. If she really is, then PDP should prove with evidence of membership register where her name is written, from what unit, ward, or LGA. Now let me touch on that. I believe that was from last year, if I'm not mistaken, October 2020, where Delta APC disowned Onochie as a card-carrying member. But the circumstances surrounding this were suspicious, because that was around when she was just nominated. That was the first time it was mentioned that she was going to be nominated for this position. And, well, Delta APC responded by saying, we have disowned her, after the reaction following that nomination came through. So I'm not saying that's what it is, but considering that it happened at the same time, this might have been a measure that the party quickly took to maybe qualify her. I'm not sure.
Yeah, in this country, things like that always happen, but they don't speak well of us. Those things, only present us as people who are not ready for progress. People are not ready for change. She herself has said that she's a member of the party. She's a nominee. She's an appointee of the government presently on account of her party activities. If we even go to scrutinize the statement disowning her and all of that, you may want to ask, okay, what did she do that that prompted the
They just don't like
disowning her? So it's childish. It's just it's funny and shameful what people can do sometimes in the name of politics, and that is why we can't make progress. Like I said, I'm afraid, despite of what Nigerians are doing, they are saying, in spite of what the APC, the PDP, and maybe other political parties, the NGOs, the civil society organizations, or anybody for that matter, will say, this thing can still get to the Senate, and she will be nominated against the wishes.
Appointed.
Yeah, and she will be appointed against the wishes and the aspiration of Nigerians. We have seen it happen before, even under this government. You remember when Magu, who is now a bad boy, he went to the Senate, and at the end of the day,
Senate had rejected him twice.
Senate rejected him, but he remained in office. We see all such things. We know what happened with the security chiefs. You can invite somebody by the Senate, and the person says he's not going, and nothing will happen. Remember the case of the customs man.
Yeah.
So these things happen, and sometimes people go to the Senate. In this government, some ministers were invited who went to the Senate and told the Senate off. You remember when the Mushin boy and the VI boy thing happened and all of that. We see all these things. We see situations where a Senate committee will be sitting, interrogating a minister, and then the chairman, I think it was House of Reps, the House of Reps speaker comes and tells the chairman of the committee to stop. Until today, we didn't hear anything again. So these things happen. But when you put all of them together, it only tells you that we are not well governed. And that is why the outcomes that we see, the result, the insecurity, the economic hardship, the inflation, the hopelessness that has become our lot in this country is because of all those things.
Sure.
Because of those things. So you do this today, you think you have power, you can use it anyhow you like, you abuse power, and then in the end, one day, because power is ephemeral, power is transient, it will leave you one day, and then another person will have power, and the person now, on the strength of what other people did before, which, like somebody said, because it has been allowed to stay for a long time, it is now the tradition, it is now custom, it's now normal. Yeah, people continue like that, and then in the end, the problem doesn't get solved. The country doesn't make progress. We must make progress. We must begin to think of the conditions that will make us make progress. And here is a critical juncture where the president and the APC need to make a decision to tell this woman, look, we thank you for the good job that you have always done for us. Maybe we want to move you from the office where you are now to higher office within the government, no problem. Or they want to make her an ambassador, nobody will quarrel. They want to make her a minister, that's okay. They want to make her director general of one thing or the other, it's okay. You want to give her big contract so that she can make some money, as we do in this part of the world, no problem. But to appoint her into the Independent National Electoral Commission to destroy whatever is left of the integrity of that body, and make people not to trust whatever results INEC will deliver at the end of the day, it's not the right thing to do.
All right, we have more calls. Divine from Audley Road. Good morning, Divine.
Good morning.
Thank you for staying on the line. Go ahead.
Yes. From my experience, I've been a presiding officer in an election.
Okay.
And the fight, why you see APC, PDP are fighting, is because our election is not a function of the power of the people. So they know what they're doing to us. If in Big Brother Nigeria, even if Ebuka's niece is in that house, Ebuka will not have any way to manipulate if the niece will win. Because the power to vote or to regulate who will vote or to announce the result that has been cooked does not lie on the hands of Ebuka. So in Nigeria, we know what we are doing. And the day we get our electoral act, well, whether Buhari's cousin is the INEC chairman, we will not send them.
All right.
Because the Nigerians will vote. And this will be perfectly done electronically. I wonder if in Nigeria I can have the money in my account, I will do a transfer, I did not reveal my PIN, everything is safe. I wonder why we cannot do elections online. I wonder because they know they don't want this power to be in the hands of the people. So that's why they are still doing. Ordinary to register your car, as I speak. If you did not register your car for you, any day you go to register it, provided it has been registered on authority, you pay all the years. So it's left for you. So PDP, what they are trying is what they know how to do well. We are all aware. APC too, they know what they have done. My take is that Nigeria Electoral Act should be perfect. Anybody, a PDP member can be an INEC chairman, no wahala. We will vote because we know that our vote will count. So PDP knows that vote does not count. That's why they are talking about Onochie.
All right.
Oh,
thank you very much, Divine. It's unfortunate, Dr. Worlu, that Big Brother Nigeria is an example of a better voting system.
Yeah, he made a very wonderful point.
Than the country's election.
Yes, very wonderful point. And it speaks to the power of the independent electoral, an independent body organizing an election, and the strength of that institution, or any government institution for that matter, that can deal with whatever sentiments and biases people may want to bring at the end of the day. Just like he gave that example about Big Brother Niger, and it's very true. You have Ebuka there, but his presence cannot determine who wins.
Yeah.
When we get to that point, that's the point I was making before when I said that if you look at it in terms of context, it is the context which he tried to also explain, where we find ourselves in Nigeria. That is the reason why people are kicking against this thing the way they are kicking against it. Otherwise, she can be there, and at the end of the day, whoever wins based on what the people want will be in power. But when you are in a context where it is the person who is the umpire that decides who wins, then you don't want to allow your enemy to be there because you're not going to win. Yes.
Let's see if we still have... Hello, Barry.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Oh, thank you for staying on the phone.
Thank you for the perfect analysis today.
Go ahead.
But my problem is even with the electorate, the Nigerian people. We keep shouting APC and PDP, and we fail to recognize the fact that the people we call APC, PDP, it's not the name of any particular individual. Today you're in PDP, tomorrow you move to APC, and you still mention PDP again. I don't understand. So I think it's high time we stop shouting APC, PDP, PDP, and look at the issues before us. The truth is that we must get this thing right. If we don't get it right, PDP is that person's name. Tomorrow, like Mr. keeps saying, that is just a vehicle. So you can always come down anywhere you like and join that one. I don't know. The Nigerian people keep talking PDP. So if PDP did this some years back, is that the reason why we should remain in that same situation? No. I was one of those people who were very happy because they said change and let's do it differently. But unfortunately, it's even worse than what I was even thinking. So I'm thinking that the Nigerian people should change their mentality. They should stop shouting PDP, APC. The owner of PDP today is in APC. The family fathers are in APC. And simply have to get tomorrow. And the problem continues. So I think let's get down to this PDP thing. Thank you, my dog. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barry. We have just a few minutes left. APC has officially written. Okay, I've taken this. Dr. Ben says, I don't know why some persons enjoy controversy. Where is the moral compartment of Ms. Onochie? How come people no longer excuse themselves from controversies? Onochie herself should say no to this aberration. Do we have that option of her rejecting?
She can say no to save her face, save her name, save the country all the trouble. Because for crying out loud, is there what exactly is she going to do there that is too important for her as a person? She's going to serve the country, and the people say, don't serve us.
Some of the people say, don't serve us. There's no way everybody's on this table.
Majority of the people are saying, we don't want you. So you go, that this soundbite from yours, the people want you or they don't want you. You step aside.
Politics without violence.
You step aside.
Okay.
So if the government will not stop her, and the call by the PDP and other individuals and groups will not stop her, the fact that the constitution has not been obeyed will not stop her. She can stop herself. She can say, okay, in the interest of peace, for national peace and development and concord, let me step aside, and then the president can appoint another person. And she thanks the president for even finding her worthy and all of that. And case closed.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Worlu, for your time. It always is a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, Sam.
Have yourself a wonderful day,
It's a pleasure too. Happy New Month.
Yes, Happy New Month. Connect with us at Nigeria Info PH on all platforms, and with me at Sparking Oracle on all platforms. Coming up next is Hello Port Harcourt with Jude. Don't go anywhere.
The Morning Crossfire.
Let's play politics without violence. Politics without violence.
I appeal to our politicians, even the